Okay, so in this problem we have a situation that's pretty realistic. Some, if not all of you, have probably experienced this at some point. You're in a store, you are attempting to buy something, and the person at the till asks you if you would like to open up a store credit card. So, in this case, I'm just using Best Buy as an example. I went to their website and I pulled this ad up here on the top right for the Apple Macbook off their website. So, let's say this is the laptop you're trying to buy. It's $2,199.99. You get to the cash register, and when you're about to pay for it, the person working asks you if you would like to open up a store credit card. $0 down, take the laptop home today, and pay it off in small monthly installments. So, in this section, we sort of analyze what actually happens when you make decisions like this. So we have this formula over here, and this is straight out of the textbook. This is the formula for calculating the necessary monthly payment to cover both the principal and the interest for a fixed amount of time. So in this question, let's see if we could identify the important information here. The ad to the right was pulled off the Best Buy website. Suppose you're in the store, you would decide to buy this laptop. Pay it off monthly over 5 years. Okay, so our time in years is 5. You agree when you sign the application. You notice that the APR is 19.9%. Okay, that's important, the interest rate. So the amount of time and the interest rate both affect the amount of interest. So how much do you end up paying? All right, well, let's see what's going on here. In 5 years, how many payments are you going to make? Well, you're making payments once a month, 12 months in a year. So every year you're making 12 payments. So the total number of payments you're going to make should be 12 times 5. So 5 years, 12 payments per year, 12 times 5 is 60. So down here next to the N, let's pop in a 60. Okay, so we're making, let's just do this. We're making 60 total payments at an interest rate of 19.9%, or if we convert this to a decimal, 0.199. And how much are we financing? How much are we putting on that new credit card? Well, assuming this is the only item you buy, the MacBook Pro costs $2,199.99, and in Massachusetts, the state tax is 6.25%. So you're paying 100% of the cost plus another 6.25%. So you're actually paying 106.25% of the cost. So we can multiply 1.0625. So that's the 100% plus the additional 6.25% tax. And multiply that by the cost, $2,199.99. So after tax, and let me go up here, I'll change this to currency. After tax, this laptop costs $2,337.49. And now you choose to finance it. You're offered a Best Buy credit card, a store credit card with an interest rate of 19.9%. Not an uncommon interest rate, especially for someone who's young or doesn't have established credit. So the question here is, how much does the laptop cost you? You finance it, you pay it off little by little, month by month. Every month you pay the same amount, and at the end of 5 years, you've paid off this laptop. So this formula over here will give us this monthly payment necessary to cover the principal and the interest charges. So what I have here on the left, top and bottom, not necessary, but if you're going to perform this calculation in stages, you might want to calculate the numerator, I'm saying top, and then calculate the denominator, I'm saying bottom, and then divide those two numbers. It's not necessary. You could do it all in one step in the graphing calculator, but not all calculators are as easy to use. So let's go with the principal. That's the $2,337.49. We need to multiply that by R over 12 times the rate, 0.199, and divide that by 12. So our final answer is going to be rounded to two places, and it's a good idea to round the intermediary calculations to like 4 or 5 places so that rounding doesn't affect your final answer. So we'll say on top you got 38.76338. 76338. Okay. And on bottom, let's see. And make sure you're careful with where you're placing the parentheses. 1 minus parentheses 1 plus R, that's 0.199, divided by 12, close parentheses, raise that to the power negative n. N is the total number of payments. So you're going to make 60 payments. And on the bottom, if we round this to 5 places, we'll say 0.62725. 62725. And so basically what I just did was to calculate the top, or the numerator, then calculate the bottom, or the denominator, and now we have to divide these two numbers. So I'll say equal top divided by bottom. You could actually do all the calculations on Excel, which might not be a bad idea. All right. And let's convert this to currency, so the dollar sign up here. Okay, so what is this telling us? According to the amount you're financing, the interest rate, and the amount of time, you're going to pay $61.80 a month. So the big question here is, what does the laptop cost you? For 5 years, you're making these payments. At the end of 5 years, you own the laptop. How many dollars have you actually spent over those 5 years? Well, you're making 60 payments, so we're going to do 60 times this number. Okay, so $3,707.94. That's almost $1,500 above the cost of the laptop. So that's your fee for paying it off over time rather than paying it off all at once. So let's come over here. This is the price after tax. But if you pay it off over time on the store credit card, this is what you actually pay. In my opinion, this is the number that matters. It's not the price tag. The price tag is not what you're going to pay. after the financing, after all of the interest has accrued and has been charged to you, this is what you actually pay, the $3,707.94. So this is the number you should be aware of when you're making that purchase. Not the price tag, not what's, on the label in the store, but how many dollars am I actually going to spend for this item if I choose to buy it on credit. So this, and it's somewhat rare in a math class to come across a formula that is directly applicable to real life, but this one is. I mean, this is anytime you're choosing to buy something on credit. I mean, this applies to a house, this applies to a car, a laptop, anything you're buying on credit where there's a fixed amount of time during which you have to pay back or pay for the item. This is the formula that will give you the monthly payment required to cover the principal and the interest. Okay, I hope this was helpful.